Let's take a look at the upcoming Common Assessment for Unit 3. The agenda will look at an overview, look at the reading tasks and multiple choice, as well as the writing. So first up, let's look at a breakdown for the test. It has 3 sections: reading, multiple choice, and writing. You're going to have 2 full classes to take the exam. Day 1, you should complete the reading, the multiple choice, and the narrative planning. Day 2, all about the narrative writing itself and any leftover time for reviewing your work. So let's start by looking at day 1. That's the reading and multiple choice. For the reading, you're going to reread an excerpt from a chapter you've already read in A Long Walk to Water, and then answer some multiple choice questions based on that passage. What's the focus for those questions? 2 main areas: vocabulary and context, and point of view. What do we mean when we say vocabulary and context? That means the skill of determining the meaning of a mystery word by using the surrounding words, or context. Some tips for that: try to highlight the mystery word, find surrounding context, clues that can help you figure out that mystery word, what it means, make predictions, and reread the sentence, trying out all the answer choices. Process of elimination, test all the options, see what makes the most sense. So you see that right here with the sample. You can see I've highlighted the word, I've underlined some context, I made a prediction, and I would use some process of elimination to figure out the answer choice, which is the most sensible. Well, what does point of view mean? That's the perspective or voice from which a story is told. That's point of view, or POV. Now remember, that means going beyond just figuring out the narrative perspective. So it's not enough to just say, oh, it's first person point of view or it's third person point of view. You need to ask yourself, what character feelings are revealed? Because when we say point of view on a test, that's essentially what it's asking. It's asking what attitude or outlook of the character is shown. So here's a sample question. What does page 7 reveal about Salva's point of view? Ask yourself, what character feelings are revealed through the narrative perspective? This is the scene in which gunfire erupts outside his classroom, Salva's classroom, when he's in school. And the narrative perspective here, it really shows how alarmed he is, how frightened and confused he is. That's what the point of view shows. All right, we're going to keep moving on and talk about the narrative planning and writing. So day 1 is for the planning, and day 2, you should be ready to write. Of course, if you finish everything on day 1 and you're ready to begin the writing, by all means do so. What's the focus for the narrative writing? You are going to be asked to rewrite a scene from a different narrative perspective. We've already done this. Remember how we practiced rewriting chapter 4 from a Dinka tribesperson point of view? So we've practiced this skill of just rewriting the same scene, but just switching up the perspective. We're going to use a story map to plan. Here's an example. Remember, you start at the beginning here. You lay out some exposition, like the setting, the main characters, naming the conflict. And then the middle is the turning point, big decision or event, and then the resolution at the end. And you track characterization on the right side. Finish at the bottom by writing a theme. This is just a very quick story map. You see, I didn't write that much on my notes. It should be pretty quick, just to organize your thoughts before you begin writing. Then day 2 is when you do the writing itself. A reminder about what makes strong narrative writing: be sure to match the story elements and style from the original. Using slow motion on key moments, techniques such as sensory details, dialogue and thoughts, and descriptive language. And keep in mind, you're not creating anything. You're just rewriting the scene. Be sure to use the correct point of view it asks and match the characterization authentically. Thanks for watching.